Hi guys, Cargrass here, and today I'm bringing you another marker review video. I know it's been a while since my last upload. I'm sorry for that. Life stuff has been pretty busy as of late. I'm just trying to kind of catch up with my own thoughts, figure out what I'm wanting to do. But I figured it was about time that I should maybe try and get a video up. I'm gonna see about making a few today if I can. See how well that goes. But anyway, today I wanted to show off a set of markers that I got off Walmart.com. And I know anyone can sell on there, kind of like how anyone can sell things through Amazon. The only reason I still use Walmart.com is because I get a discount because I work there. Anywho, today we're going to be looking at these fellows here. And they may look alright. I mean, it's definitely marketed at kids and looks all bright and colorful. And you're like, oh, look, it says colors, artist alcohol markers. But then if you, let's see here, can we zoom in on this? Autofocusing? No. Sorry. There we go. Non-toxic, water-based, which honestly confuses me because are they alcohol? Alcohol markers, or are they water-based markers? Because there's two different. That's two entirely different things there. All right. Oh. Camera back. Yep. That's kind of why I wanted to go over them, because they seemed confused. I haven't opened them yet. I mean, and this is kind of how the box came, kind of beat up. Don't know if that's on the seller's part or if that's because of Walmart shipping it. So yeah, clean this up. Sorry guys. So box, or not box, bag. Nice bag. Kind of looks sleek and nice. It'd be kind of nice to have maybe the logo across the front there, but that would probably cost them more. And they're already confused, so. And that doesn't look too bad. These two look very similar though. I'm mildly concerned about that. Looks like we have a decent bunch of colors. If it's oh wait, oh wait. TouchBool or touch, maybe that's a V there. Bool, B-O-O-L. Kind of confused, just a little bit. It is a broad tip and a fine tip, and what you get for budget markers. And even here, where I guess I should say even on Walmart.com, they were pretty cheap at about $10, but we'll see if maybe they weren't worth $10. Because you guys remember from my Hello Hobby video on the Hello Hobby markers, those are actually really good and they're like $12, so get the same amount of colors. Let's see here. So we'll just start with the standard black one. So just gonna be of course. Oh, that didn't feel good. And I pushed down on the, chisel tip. It kind of wobbled a little bit in there. Never had that happen before. Let's see, fine tip. Oh, that's a chunky line. Which, I mean, I guess is good for filling in spaces, but you can sort of get thin lines if you needed to. Really chunky tip. Alright, this is cobalt blue. Oh, chiseled nibs aren't all like that. Nope, exactly the same. It's flexing in there, and I'm not. That's not good. And bullet nib's a bullet nib. Bullet nib is fine. The chisel tip is where I'm kind of concerned. '81 deep violet. Okay, that one, the chisel tip was really nice. And they very much have like a permanent marker scent to them. I don't know about you guys. That cap looks exceedingly red for this orange that they've given us. Most definitely not the best representation. The others seemed pretty on point. On camera it's a little closer, but in real life it's very different. Okay. '91. Ooh, the wobble is back. If you could not, that would be fantastic. They're not tearing up the paper, so maybe they are alcohol based, but I'm pretty sure you can't be alcohol based and be water based, so. Unless I'm just misunderstanding what, being an alcohol marker means. 55, and then we'll do the other green one here right next to each other, see if they're the same. Because the caps kind of look identical, not gonna lie. That is very bright. Yeah, it's definitely very off. I mean, I'm glad it's a brighter green than what the cap says, but still, a little off-putting. Next one, 46, vivid green. No. Absolutely not. That is not at all what was advertised. This looks like kind of standard green. Kind of close to that color. Not it. Very much a turquoise or a teal. Not a vivid green. So, about that. And this is why you swatch before you just start going into your artworks. One yellow ochre. Not too shabby. Color representation's a little off. And they darken up really quick too. Another thing. 63. Yeah, that's not too bad. Pretty nice. Yeah, 87. This looks very kind of pinky purple. This is very pink. And it looks like you can get like almost a cool tone, almost a warm tone, depending on how much you layer it on there. Which is interesting. How I feel about that for like a piece of artwork. Last but not least. Okay. Good. I mean, it's a pretty standard looking yellow. Now, probably best to see how well they blend, or if they layer on top of each other. I might use 46 and 63 for this because they look pretty close. So starting with our teal, which is actually called vivid green. Here, we'll move over to the blue. And I know you'll get better it'd be easier to kind of blend the two if they were brush tips, but I still should be able to get something out of using the broad tip. And they sort of blend alright from the looks of it. Yeah, they blended pretty nicely there. Let's see, can it handle a bit more contrasting, like maybe the yellow and this dark orange, aka red that they gave it. Less so. Yeah, you can't really just kind of layers on top of each other. Which is fine. I don't expect budget markers to be able to blend very well with these kind of harder blends. Here it worked fine because these are already super close to each other, and you could probably do that with even just regular water-based markers. That nice blend. Not so much there. I guess the last test would be if they smudge. I get a little block of color. And add a few lines to end up drying through. Now that that's all dry, or at least it feels dry, nothing's going up in my finger. Let's see here. Send. Oh, no. It's pulling up some of the color. Which, maybe that's just me, and maybe I didn't wait long enough. So give these guys a little more time to dry. Because I'm using the Hello Hobby one here, which I've used a few times with alcohol markers and it hasn't really bled much, but that was maybe a little too intense. And it might be hard to see, but there's definitely pulled some of the black up. A little longer. These are a much thinner amount of ink. clean up a little bit. So it's definitely one you'd have to let your ink dry like fully. I've heard people say that they will sometimes ink something and then leave it for like half hour or an hour or something like that. That might be what you have to do with these, because it is, yeah, even here it's starting to kind of bleed that ink out into it. So yeah, this would definitely be a brand to be wary of if you're planning to ink stuff with a pen, or a fine liner, I guess I should say. Yeah, overall, not too bad. It's definitely a budget marker for sure. Budget marker brand. I could see it be good for coloring, and they're marketing it towards kids, saying it's non-toxic, but it's definitely feels like an alcohol-based set of markers. I thought was technically still considered toxic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about at all, but so besides them being a little confused about themselves, if they're alcohol or if they're water-based, they definitely seem alcohol-based. Yeah, not too bad. Definitely have some color issues. So I would 100% recommend. Well, you should technically do that with any marker brand that you get. Swatch them, make sure everything lines up. Because sometimes they don't. But overall, I would say if you could get them for like $5, maybe $6, something like that, they're not a bad brand to start off with. Now, granted, yes, I did pay $10 because I was getting it off of Walmart.com, but it was also being sold through a third party who may or may not have just, bought a whole bunch at super cheap and then we're trying to make a profit off it, which happens more often than should, but hey, people want to make money. But yeah, if you can find them, like I said, $5-6, not bad. Kind of starting kit, especially if you're just wanting to color, or if you have kids that are wanting to try and get into alcohol-based markers. But if you want a kind of a nicer brand and you're willing to save up a bit more, maybe about a little over double that, you could get the Hello Hobby ones, which I've done a video on, and I'll link that down below. And you get the same amount of markers. The colors are a bit more on point for what the caps are, and they don't bleed the ink at all. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time. Goodbye.